Hey guys, I've been pretty busy recently, so it's been pretty difficult to upload. I just wanted to solve this quick puzzle from Andy Math for you guys. So we have two circles and a big square and a smaller square inside that square. We need to figure out the area of the smaller square. Alright, so this square, by the way. Alright, so we can say that the length of the smaller square, let's label it x, and we're trying to find x squared. That will be the area of that square. So we can say that x is the length of the bigger square, let's name it y, minus this part. And we know that this part will be 8 because the radius of the circle is 4 and the diameter is just twice the radius. And since the circle stretches from the edge of the bigger square to the edge of the smaller square, I think it's safe to say that this purple portion that we've drawn up here is equal to the diameter. Alright, so we can say that x is equal to y minus 8. But we still need to figure out y. Alright, so we know that this length here will be 4. So let's bring that down here. So let's draw a little part of this line. This will be 4, and we know that this is 4 as well. We can bring that down here. Now, this part in between will not actually be 4 because we know that this is 4, but the end of this line is not actually aligned with the start of this one. So that means there'll still be an extra little gap there. So we know that's not equal to 4. Now we need to figure out what it is. So let's draw a little triangle here. Right, and I think you can see now visually that it's a little bit misaligned. So we have a right triangle here, and this is actually going to be an isosceles triangle, where these two angles here are going to be 45 degrees. And then this will be the right angle, of course. Now, we know that the hypotenuse will be a length of 8. Why? Because it's just both of the radii of the circle connected, so it'll just be 8. And we know that a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. And since these two angles are 45 and 45, they're equal, that means that this edge here and this edge here have to be equal as well. So a and b are equal. We can just say that a squared plus a squared is equal to c squared. Now, we know that c is equal to 8. We've established that here. C squared then will be 64. So a squared plus a squared is equal to 64. All right, and we can just say that this is 2a squared is equal to 64, and then, of course, divide both sides by 2. A squared is equal to 32. So the square of this side here will be 32. Now that's the square. To get the length, we need to square root it. A is equal to 32. Oh, sorry, root of 32. So this here will be the root of 32. And that will be the length of this little segment in between the 4's here. So this will be root of 32. Now we can add the 4's and just get 8 plus root 32. And that is y. Y is equal to 8 plus root 32. And now that we have y, we can just plug it into the equation here. So we have x equals 8 plus root 32 minus 8. And we don't actually need the brackets there, and we can subtract the 8's. The 8's kind of cancel out. So x is equal to square root of 32. So we found the length of our smaller square, but that's not the question. We need to find the area. To get the area of a square, you just square the side length, hence the name squaring. So the square root of any number is just the number inside of it. So square root of 32 will just be, the square root of 32 squared will be 32. and that will be the area. And let's name the area A. A is equal to 32. And I'm sorry if this explanation was a little bit fast, but I hope you understood it anyway. As I said, little bit busy, so it's hard to make videos. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.